Make me host, Sanjivji. Host.
It's done. Done. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे So in this Kali Yuga, they say that the divine is not present in form. And everyone has heard about the name-form relationship, जिसे नाम और रूप का जो connection है, उसके बारे में सबको मालूम है. That all our the Sanskrit terminology, the names, the words of everything are formed from in the state of Sthita Pragya. The rishis could see the relationship between the form and its vibration. And based on the vibration of any given form, whether it was water or wood or whatever it is, water has a different vibration when it is in one state, so jal. In another state, it has another vibration, तो उसका दूसरा नाम पानी. इस तरह से जो नाम और रूप का जो कनेक्शन है, उसको लेकर के नाम बनाए जाते हैं, बनाए गए हैं शास्त्रों में. और ये नाम रूप का जो संबंध है, समन्वय है, उसको लेकर कहा जाता है कि जो कलयुग में the divine is not present in form but is present in name. रूप में नहीं है, नाम में है. तो जब हम कृष्ण नाम को याद करते हैं, that is the presence of divine itself. It's not just a name. That is the way in which divine shows up. And when it is on our tongue, in our hearts, in our mind, that name brings us closer to that form that we ourselves truly are. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can also all just join in, sing wherever you are. Bring this holy name to your tongue, to your mind, to your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So, you all remember this book I once. There was the book, If Truth Be Told, by Om Swami, which when I read it, I was so thrilled and just so enjoyed it that I wanted each one of you to read it. So another such book has come into my awareness. And I, of course, once I dig into a book, I can't put it down. And so the last couple of days have been just non-stop reading and finishing, meaning experiencing that book. And it's called The Journey Home. The Journey Home. So it's by Radhanath Swami. He's an American, and it's the tagline is an American's journey, autobiography of an American Swami. So it is his story about his journey into discovering his own divine nature and what an inspiring, what a, I actually want to spend some time talking about the contents of that book to everyone. So the way I think we will do it is all of you who can get that book, just get it and read it, and we will read parts of it and talk about parts of it as we go. And from next week onwards, for I don't know, for some time. And so it's called The Journey Home. It's available on Kindle. It's also on paperback. The Journey Home by Shraddhanand Swami. No, sorry, Radhanath Swami. Radhanath Swami, not Shraddhanand. Radhanath Swami, Journey Home. I literally I was in tears at multiple points in this book, and I mean, I was literally almost sobbing. Not almost, I was sobbing, and the the tough when I was by myself in my studio and reading it was fine, but I was reading till late at night, and in bed, and Harsha would be asleep, and she would suddenly wake up to some sound, and she'd say, what happened? What happened?" Because I'd be just sobbing, and of course I didn't want to wake her up or disturb her or anything. So I said, nothing, go back to sleep. And then half an hour later again I'm in that, and she would be, "No, I heard something. I know something is going." I said, no, just it's okay, it's okay. So it's that powerful. It is that powerful a book. It's that powerful. Just such immense thirst for the truth. Just such thirst for the truth that being willing to do anything and everything to find that divine nature of self, and what is this divine nature, and what is the truth about me. That search so in again and again, your life on the line, in real mortal danger. And I mean, the slightest amount of distraction or inconvenience, even forget distractions, small inconvenience, and we just give up the search, give up the quest, give up uh, our soul searching nature, and get into things that are not so important, not so important. Uh, so if nothing else, just the inspiration for me, the inspiration to really, really just give up, 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 just surrender to all that there is. Just giving up was one of the takeaways from the book. Um, so discovering that true nature. I mean, I don't want to tell you too much about it. I want you to read it, um, but just untold beauty. And the next, I mean, I immediately remembered the "If Truth Be Told" by Om Swami, and this is on that scale. This is the book on the same scale. So please read it immediately, if not sooner. uh, and you'll love it. You'll love it. And so we wanted to talk a little bit about forgiveness, and and it's now time. I mean, you guys, most of you have been with me on this journey for quite some time now, at least several months, if not more than a year, and it's time to really, cut through distractions and start living this who we really are in every aspect of our life, being so vigilant in everything we speak, everything we think, everything we do, so vigilant about who we are and what we are, and live out of knowing that there is only the non-dual truth, the consciousness about who I am is all there is. So, so on every topic, we want to review it from the non-dual perspective. So one of the topics that's been coming up in the last couple of weeks is on forgiveness, because forgiveness is it's part of the Jain tradition, and of course, being born into a Jain family, I've been practicing this Paryushan, and the last day of Paryushan, which is the Day of Atonement, where we go through a conscious process of all the ways in which they may have hurt us and forgiving them, all the ways in which we may have hurt them and forgiving, asking for forgiveness for ourselves. And while in in the in the world where we see ourselves as separate, this is a beautiful tradition and it has its benefits. Of course, if you forgive because you say to yourself, "Oh, if I forgive, then it's going to be good for me." It's a the in the teachings they've defined forgiveness. They've defined forgiveness at least 4 levels. The one level is somebody is more powerful than you. Let's say your boss or your parent or your somebody who's in a superior position, and therefore you know that um, they are in that position to even do more harm. So it's best for you to forgive. It's the best thing to do is to forgive them. The best thing for you to do is to ask them for forgiveness because it is in your interest, because they are so powerful. And this is a kind of forgiveness which is called level 1, which is like a sort of a very basic level of forgiveness and does not approach the divine nature of forgiveness, which is what truly it is. The second level of forgiveness is when you do it for a reason. Oh, it's causing me stress, it's poison in my body if I hold anger, and so that's why I should forgive. Okay, and because it's not good for me to hold on to grudges, and it's not good for me to have someone hold a grudge against me. So for that reason you forgive, and that's a slightly better level, higher level than the first one, but it's still not anywhere close to the divine nature of forgiveness. And a lot of times we hear in seminars and webinars and whatever, oh, forgive because it's poison you're holding in your body. Well, it's a poison you're holding in your body, that's true, but if that's your motivation for forgiving somebody or asking for forgiveness, that's not real forgiveness. It's just you're going through the motion of simply trying to help yourself, trying to get rid of this poison in your body, the toxins that you're. So this is not the true, as per the true nature. I heard a very interesting definition of dharma, and I'll come to that in a second. And the third level of forgiveness is when you, um, well, it's because your guru or somebody that you trust and believe and follow says that it's the right thing to do, it's a good thing to do. Live in forgiveness, just forgive and move on and move on. So because they have said so, you have so much faith in what they say that you say, okay, I'm whether I feel it or not, and whether I want to or not, but because my guru says so, I will forgive and I will ask for forgiveness of whoever, my enemies and my whoever has hurt me or whoever I have hurt. So that's the third level of forgiveness. And that yet is not the one which is consistent with your true nature. So so the fourth level of forgiveness. Um, yeah, right. So Raki has a question. I'll come to that, Raki. Just give me a second. So the fourth level of forgiveness is, I was talking about the word dharma. The word dharma comes from dhir, which is nature, your nature. So dharma is something that cannot be separated from the substance or what it is. So for example, the dharma of sugar is sweetness. You cannot separate sweetness from sugar. You cannot separate saltiness from salt. So the dharma of salt is to be salty. The dharma of sugar is to be sweet. It's just its nature. You cannot separate the two. Similarly, if we ask ourselves, what is my dharma? What is the dharma of my true self? My true self. Then the dharma, if we look closely, we have done this meditation many times in the past, where we get in touch with who we really are. What am I really? When we drop the past, when we drop the future, when we drop the name, when we drop our circumstances, we drop our thoughts, we drop our feelings, we drop our education, our wealth, everything that we drop when we normally go to sleep, right? Every night we drop everything and go to sleep. That, as simple as that. When we do that, we come to that which we truly are. And when we ask ourselves, what is the nature of this that I truly am, which cannot be dropped, which cannot be separated from it, then we find peace, we find lovingness, we find openness. And that love is the only, is the dharma of the true self that you are. It cannot be separated. So if your forgiveness is coming from the understanding and the realization and being in touch with who you really are, that who I am is I really love. I am love. I love you. I love each and everything in my life, each and every object, each and every person, each and every event, each and every circumstance. I love because it cannot be separated from me. And when you're in touch with that understanding, with that realization, and from that comes the forgiveness of whoever has done something that you don't like, because I truly am love. This is what is inspiring me, motivating me to forgive you. And the same thing for myself. I love myself. I am also part of this universe. So I love myself. And out of that love for myself, I release myself from guilt, I release myself from regrets, and I forgive myself. So this is the fourth level of forgiveness. And this is as close as most people hope to get or can get or do get. But when we come to the non-dual understanding of Advaita, and this is not, as far as I know, part of the Jain literature, but this is something we have explored and discovered as as part of our journey, which is when you understand that there is only I, there is only I, there is no one else, then we realize that forgiveness itself is based on separation. When there is no separation, then there is you are I am you. There is no two. Whatever actions, your words, actions, thoughts are simply a reflection of my being. Whatever you have done is simply reflecting back to me my own energy, my own self is being reflected in multiple millions of forms. So there is no one else. So in one way, there is no one else there. So who are we to forgive? Who are we going to forgive? There is nobody else there. That is one. And the second is whatever they've said or done is simply a reflection of my own energy. My own energy has called for this to bring whatever feelings it brought in me, whether it was hurt, whether it was anger, whether it was disappointment, whether it was regret. All of those feelings have surfaced in me because this is what I needed to experience. So there is no wrong that has been committed against me by anyone. It is being called for by me. So from the non-dual perspective, and at this fifth level of forgiveness, the need for forgiveness itself vanishes. The need for forgiveness vanishes because I am you, you are me. Who am I going to forgive? And the same thing applies to me. If I have said something which I am feeling guilty about, which is what is prompting me to ask for forgiveness, then what needs to be addressed is that guilt. What needs to be allowed to be free is the guilt. To know that this is simply an energy that I needed to experience, a feeling that I want to have in my life, to see and get closer and closer to the non-dual one self, and to break uh, this illusion of separation, which is why I've created this feeling, and I therefore release that. And out of my love for myself, I release that feeling of guilt. And again, so if there is only me acting out of my own wish to experience whatever feelings I created for myself, then there is forgiveness again becomes irrelevant. There is no one to forgive. There is no one to ask for forgiveness. So at the 5 levels of forgiveness, we come to a final stage where forgiveness itself can be dropped, and what we focus on is the knowledge of where we are at any given moment, releasing every moment over and over. What is it that is pointing us in the direction of our true self? And that compass, as we have talked about many times before, that compass is how we are feeling. So turning that finger always back on our own self, always turning it back on ourselves.
Sorry, your face so mess. The internet has crashed. We pause. You're mute.
Yeah, a little problem with the internet, but now I'm back. So yeah, when we come to this 5th level, then we simply are in love. When we are in love, I mean, there's a very famous quote by, in I think it was in Love Story many years ago, if you guys remember. Anyone remembers that quote?
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
You got it. Love means never having to say you're sorry. How profound is that? How profound was that? I know we heard this in the 60s and 70s probably, but that's exactly what it is. When you are in touch with who you really are, which is love itself, your dharma is love. then there is nobody to say sorry to. You just love, and love for yourself as well. So there is nothing but love for yourself. And in both those cases, there is no forgiveness is irrelevant. Great. So Raki, you had a question? She typed it in. Ha, Raki, bolo.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
hello.
I always hear that we should forget and forgive and move on.
Yeah,
But how? That's the
right.
question.
Correct. So, so first of all, the should itself you need to look at, right? When we say I should forgive, that means you're coming from the first level of forgiveness, that it's a good thing to do. Isliye forgive karo. You understand Hindi, right?
Yes, yes.
हाँ, तो forgive इसलिए करो कि it's I should forgive. Now this is a forgiveness that's coming out of a compulsion, a pressure that you're putting yourself, that I should forgive. That's why I forgive. And when you forgive somebody from that inner feeling that I should forgive, therefore you go and say sorry, what they read, what they pick up, what they understand is in the energy space, not the words. You may say you're sorry, but what they are picking up is not just the words. They are going to pick up that you're coming from a, I should forgive or I should ask for forgiveness. That's why I'm saying it. And it doesn't work, because 99% of the universe and the reality is in the energy space. This physical world, the words, the objects is just 1% of the story. So they pick up this thing and they know that this is not a real sorry. It's just a coming from I should forgive. So I should forgive karke, that doesn't work. There's no need to, there's nothing like I should. What I'm saying is you forgive when you realize who you are, when you come in touch with who you are, and you see yourself as you are love itself. Now, when you are love itself, take the example of a situation where love is almost a given. Say the situation of a mother and the mother's child. The love of the mother for the child is like a given. Is like, you don't have to question it, you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to think about it. You just know it's there, right? So let me ask you this. How easy and how often is it for a mother to forgive her child? How often does a mother forgive its child? Hundreds of times,
Yes.
thousands of times, without any question, without any should, without any how to forgive, how should I forgive. The mother, no mother out of the billions of mothers that are there need to find out or read or ask or learn how to forgive. It just happens naturally. Why? Because of the love for the child. The love, in the space of love, just like what Mahesh said from that love story, love means never having to say you're sorry. You don't even have to say it because the forgiveness is already there. So similarly, rather than trying to figure out how to forgive, we focus on discovering our own nature, discovering the loving self source that we already always are, which is our dharma, our true nature. The sweetness of sugar and the saltiness of salt is the same as the lovingness of you. So when you come in touch with that lovingness of you, then it's natural, it's just automatic. You just, you just welcome, you accept, you allow. And the same thing applies for you. if you're not forgiving yourself for things that you may have done in the past, it's the same situation. Getting back in touch with your own love for who you really are, you automatically accept yourself, you embrace yourself. This is my true nature. And there is no questions or no, it's just natural for you to simply love yourself, embrace yourself, accept yourself, and you automatically just move on. The how to and all this happens only in the absence of being in touch with your own true loving nature. So the work is not to learn how to forgive or to create a process of forgiveness. The work is to discover our true nature, to uncover our true nature. Uncover and discover our true nature. And when we do that, then the rest just happens on its own.
Doesn't sound very easy.
Doesn't sound easy. Yeah. So there are a couple of meditations already on our YouTube channel. I'll find one of them. और पुरुषोत्तम जी आपको अगर मिलता है तो देख लीजिए ना. Or anyone who can look, just look for. We have meditation on true nature and discovering your own self, and how to reach that place, how to see that you are love. Like even right now, is if I ask you, what are you? Who are you?
I'm energy.
Yes, Raki?
I'm saying that I'm energy.
Yeah, I'm energy. I am energy. And what more can you tell me about this energy that you are? Describe that
Nothing.
energy. Tell me. Yeah, you're nothing. 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 That's good. You're close to describing your true nature, which is nothing. Nothing. There's nothing you can say about it. There are no walls. There are no boundaries. There are no ifs. There are no buts. There are no shoulds. There are no could have. There are no should have. Nothing of that is there. That energy is just nothing. There's nothing you can say about it because that's all it is. So that nothing that you are is immediately evident to you when I say, look at yourself and tell me about yourself. And you, in 2 sentences, you arrive at, I am energy and there's nothing else. And there's nothing else that I can say about it. So there's this vast empty space is all that there is. This vast empty space is you. And just like space, which space simply accepts whatever is there. You know, so space, let's say you have a space in a room. Does the space resist you putting gold in it or garbage in it? Does the space say no to it? Either gold or garbage. Does it resist? Space does not resist. Whatever it is, it simply allows. So this nothing that you are, which is space-like in its dharma, is just acceptance of anything that there is. And what better definition can we give of love than accepting things the way they are, accepting people the way they are? And that's your true nature, is to just accept and embrace people, things, such situations, circumstances, objects, just the way they are, just like space. Space simply allows and accepts, and you are nothing but that energy, that space. So being more and more like and acting out of that true nature which you are, which is space, you automatically come to the love that you are. And then when you come to the love that you are, there is only acceptance. Holding a grudge is the opposite of acceptance, isn't it? Whether it's a grudge for somebody or grudge for yourself, is a non-acceptance of that person or a non-acceptance of yourself. So when you come in touch with the acceptance of yourself, there is no room or need or question of holding a grudge. And automatically you are in a space of forgiving. Automatically. Nothing particular to be done. So this, we think this is hard, but actually the opposite is very hard. Holding a grudge is very hard. It drains you. It preys on your mind over and over and over. It rules your life. It can affect your body. It can affect your health. To me, that sounds a lot tougher than seeing who you are. So we think this is tough and that's easy, but actually it's the other way around. But we don't want to forgive because it's bad for your body, bad for your health. No, not because of that. It's because this is your true nature, is to accept and to love.
If you can send me the link, I will look it up
Yes,
for the meditation.
yes, 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 yes.
I've tried, but it's like a deep set rooted pain
Yeah,
that even if I tell myself, okay, forgiven, it automatically after a couple of months it will come out and I will think about it.
right.
It's
So it's
still there.
right. So Rakhi, go for the final, like go for kill bolte हैं ना, go for kill. ये halfway measures छोड़ दो अभी. Forgive किया, थोड़ा सा forgive किया, थोड़ा forget किया, थोड़ा ये किया, वो सब halfway. I don't want to use the term, forget it, but there's a term for it. It's called, in tennis we call it, I'll just say, for some of you may get it, is blank footing. But so let's forget that footing and go for kill. Go, and by go for kill I mean go for the root of it. Go for the root of it. Discover your love for yourself. Discover your love for whoever it is that you're thinking about, whatever it is that you're holding on to. Because at the end of it, at the bottom of it, at the root of it, is there is only love. And when you come in touch with that, then the whole structure which is built on not love, called grudges, isne ye kaha, they did this, they did that, which was so mean and so bad, and that whole structure just crumbles. Because it loses its foundation. Because the foundation is a false foundation. It's built on a false foundation of not me, I am not you, you are not me, we are separate. When that false foundation itself collapses, the whole building of whatever years of misery, grudge, anger, hurt, that whole वो इमारत गिर जाती है अपने आप. तो इमारत को गिराना है, थोड़ा थोड़ा इधर हथौड़ा मारा है, इधर वो छोड़ दो.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, Sukresh, yeah, you're saying, yeah, in this space, in this energy, everything feels great and wonderful and hunky-dory. Yes, yes, yes. But the minute we come back into our usual spaces, then we are back sucked into that whole thing. But that's the whole journey, Sukresh. This is the journey. What I'm building you, all of us, and myself, not just you, but myself, is to be so established in this understanding that nothing can shake it. Whether we are in this open door session, or we are in the office, or we are in a hospital, or wherever we are, in whatever situation, whoever we are with, our friend, our best friend, our beloved, or our worst enemy, doesn't matter. We are establishing ourselves in learning who I truly am, which is just energy, which is just all of it. And again, like उसको इतना गहरा गाड़ देना है दिल में, दिमाग में, जहन में, that nothing can shake it. This is the journey. This is the whole journey, and that is what we are on. And like I said, it's enough is enough. बहुत हो गया. Now, and apply to every little thing and every big thing. Don't be vigilant. Be vigilant. The moment there was something, I was talking with Meenal, some of you know her, and I was sharing about some issues with a corporate entity where she was going to hold a seminar, and I was helping that company with transformation, cultural transformation, all that. And I was sharing with her all the issues that are going on, whether it was interpersonal relationships and excess inventory or sales and whatever. And before I could even like start to list all the issues that I had been, she told me, let me stop you right there. and let me stop you right there has become a mantra for me now. At the time when she told me, let me stop you right there, I was like, she doesn't want to hear my problems. And how is she going to help me solve them for this company if she doesn't even want to know what the issues are? But what she said was, let me stop you right there and let me ask you about what is the energy from which all these issues are coming. What is the basic energy? The basic energy is of fear. The basic energy is of mistrust. The basic energy is of anger, sometimes irritation. All those are the basic energy from which all this is showing up in the company. So let's look at that, which is 99% of the issue. So I have made, let me stop you right there as a mantra for me. And I am inviting all of you to also make it your mantra. Say it to yourself, let me stop you right there. As soon as you start going off track, as soon as you start operating out of I am separate from you, as soon as you start operating from I am afraid, I have this body, I have so many issues. As soon as you start going away from your true self, and as soon as the indication is this, how will you know that you're going away? Is you don't feel good. When you're not feeling joyous, is your barometer, is your speedometer or your compass. The moment you stop feeling great, wonderful, elated, joyful, the moment you stop feeling wonderful, that's your signal. That's your signal कि मैं off track निकल रहा हूँ. And before you take even one step in that direction, tell yourself, let me stop you right there.
Good one.
Don't take even one step in that direction. And say, and look, and immediately start looking. What is it that I'm feeling? What is going on? And you will find that if you're going towards unpleasant feelings, you better believe that 99% of the time your finger is pointing somewhere out there. This happened, this person said this, that circumstance, that government, that official, or that customer, or that client, or that boss, it's over there. And the minute you see that, just turn it back. I am all there is, and this is all a reflection of me. The government and the mountains and the rivers and the war, everything is just a reflection of me. So rather than looking at the war and looking in the mirror, let me look here. Let me look here. What's going on here? What am I feeling? And whatever that feeling is which is unpleasant, simply let it go, because you are the boss, you are the Shiva of your universe. Release that feeling, observe that feeling. And the minute you observe that feeling, it gives that feeling a chance to become dust, vaporize. you will see the magic of just observing your feelings. Feelings vaporize in the presence of attention.
Okay.
Feelings grow in the presence of avoidance. So whether it's anger or hate or whatever it is, that unpleasant stuff that you don't really serve you, if you put your attention on it, uski majal nahi hai wo ruke. Because you are the Shiva with the third eye and the second eye and the first eye. The moment you look at it, it vaporizes. The moment you allow yourself to look at it. So look at it, allow it to vaporize and come back to your joyousness. And the minute again the next thing happens and you start feeling something unpleasant and you don't want, or whatever, mantra, let me stop you right there.
I'm going to try this. I'm going to write it somewhere on my this thing
Yeah.
and remind
Yeah.
myself every time that let me stop you.
Absolutely. Let me stop you right there. It's so amazing. The first time I heard it, I was so like irritated. I was like baffled. Ye kya? Let me stop. I had a whole list of things that I wanted to discuss. And I'm getting stopped right at the start. Ye kabhi pahunchenge? So, but this has transformed and elevated itself into a magic formula. So say this to yourself. And so whether you're in the open door energy or whether you're with me or with others or wherever you are, this let me stop you right there is going to be your mantra to keep you on track, keep you in touch with masti, keep you in touch with joy, keep you in touch with love. And whenever you see yourself, don't begin. And how to bring it back? Very simple. Ask, how am I feeling? Observe the feeling, look at the feeling, feel the feeling, and you will see that it starts to crumble.
Yeah.
And just watch it go. Watch it go, say bye bye, and come back. Come back. This is where I want to live. This is my real address. This is my permanent address. I want to live here. My permanent address is I, living in the I that I am. That's my permanent address. Anything that takes you away from home, just bring it back. Just bring it back. Wonderful. It's great, great. Thanks for asking that question and raising this. So this is it. Wonderful. Great. and I have, I've started using the mantra on myself, and now I am slowly learning how to use it on others also. Because when Rakhi started saying that, sir, but how to forgive, and this, I was going to say, Rakhi, let me stop you right there. but I'm getting there. I'll be able to say it to you also. Whenever I hear you going off track for no reason at all, we don't have to get into the nuts and bolts and the story. Koi farak nahi padta hai. Let's just get to business. Let's get to the root. Let's get to the where it really matters, which is living in our true home. And that's why, again, let me remind you, get the book, read the book, The Journey Home by Radhanand Swami. Get the book, read it, and we'll talk about things in that book over the next few weeks. If you don't get the book, I'll still read parts of it and we'll talk about it. But if you read it, you'll love it. It's on Kindle, it's on paperback, just go get it. Great. Chaliye, to, right, Radhanath. Radhanath. Radhanath Swami, exactly. Right, The Journey Home, Radhanath Swami. It's an American boy from Chicago and his journey in India and all over. So great. So wonderful. So if any one of you are coming to Mumbai and want to join at the Harinam festival that's going on, I'm going to post the link tomorrow it's a live YouTube. You can watch it there, or come to the Mira Road ISKCON temple, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Anytime you can go. I may be there some of the time also, but regardless, you guys, if you are in Mumbai area, just go and experience that space of just pure devotion. Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
night, Sanjivji. Bye-bye. Thank
Good
you.
night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you all. Bye-bye.
राकेश जी, आपका आप ओपन डोर के ग्रुप में है क्या? ग्रुप में डाला है मैंने 2 लिंक्स.
हाँ, she's in the group. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.